I don't know how. No card. How's the hair look? Welcome back. Thanks for coming. It's the Hotline Show, I think. Today is February 8th, 2026. We got to put on some more lights here. I can barely read my notes. That's not good. All right, we're all lit up now. Let me just make sure this camera over here is working. Is it? Yep. We're good. Okay. I don't think we're going to use that, but just in case, it's always good to know it's there. That could fall over or stop working. So then we go to side camera just for another look. All right, where were we? This morning, it was crazy. I woke up so early, like usual, but I was like, I gotta go take this one picture. There's this thing that I really wanted to photograph, got my stuff together, got in the car, drove all the way down to Narrowsburg. I didn't put a card in the camera, and it's because I'm borrowing a different back. It's not my usual setup. Have you ever done that before? Getting everything together to go make something, and then you go and do it and you just forgot whatever it is that was going to help you make you do it, and the entire project was wasted. But maybe it wasn't a waste of time. Maybe that time was just something we needed to take, regardless of the outcome. There are days that I take to try to make something that ultimately doesn't work out. And I think that's okay. We did get this video out of it. I also stopped at a gas station. I love how gas stations look right at twilight or sunrise. It's how they're all lit up. Photographers go after gas stations. There's something about it. It's an indicator of time and place, life, energy, uselessness. It's got a little bit of everything. If you're new here, welcome. This is the Hotline Show. If you don't know how it works, there's a number in the description below. You call, you leave a message, you ask a question. Usually it's about photography, but it can be about anything, and hopefully it is about anything, because what really is there left to talk about photography? I mean, you take a camera and you go take pictures, and then you try to show people those pictures, and then they decide whether or not they like it. And maybe some stick in their head, but maybe others they don't, or maybe they just look at it for a fraction of a second on their phone and move on. And like, maybe you leave like the faintest of imprints on someone's mind and memory going forward. But in the end, that's all it ever is and all will ever be. So that's why we like to keep the topics open just in case something else comes to mind. You can also record a voice memo, which actually might be better. There have been a few people who call the number and the quality is so bad I can't even use it. I've even tried to put them through like cleanup software and it's just unusable. So I'm sorry. Sam, if you're out there, the call was no good. Record it into your voice memo app and then email it to me. Much cleaner audio, and then we can go over it. But the number's below if it's too complicated to do that. There's multiple methods, and if you're wondering how you even contact me to begin with, I've made it easy. There's links. I swear, with just like minimal effort, you can figure it out. And if you do, you should feel proud of yourself for doing something that wasn't that complicated. We've got one call. Let's get into it. Stuart from Down Under.
G'day, Noah. Stuart from Melbourne, Australia. It's a stinking hot 40 degrees Celsius here today. Hope you're not too cold where you are. Just a quick question. We're about to move into the city, what you guys would call downtown. I'm a bit concerned that this move's going to either overstimulate me or overwhelm me. And I'm curious about your own move to upstate New York and how that impacted on your creative endeavours. Anyway, copy you later.
Stuart from Down Under, thank you so much for the call again. We love hearing from you. 40 Celsius. I had to look that up. That's 104 degrees Fahrenheit. That is really hot. And that must be tough. I mean, when it gets that hot, there's not much you can do, right? Does it usually get that hot down there? Maybe. I'm not familiar with the weather in Melbourne. It's really cold here, and it has been 23 degrees right now. But it's this weekend, I mean, today, because it's Sunday, it's supposed to be negative 0 Fahrenheit, which I guess in Celsius is like, I don't know, negative 50 or something. We don't call it downtown, like the city isn't downtown. If we're in the city and we're uptown, we call downtown downtown. Or if you're sort of in midtown and you're going down, you're going downtown. You could say like downtown, broadly speaking, is a city place. That maybe that's more in other bigger cities like LA. Downtown LA is where the buildings are. New York, it's different. New York, it's just the city, and the city has a downtown. Anyway, doesn't really matter, I don't think. This does seem like a big move for you, and that's interesting. I mean, going from a more rural place, I assume, to the city is going to be jarring. Moving from the city up to here, it it does take some adjusting. And I mean, now I'm so used to it and so acclimated to this environment that when I do go to the city, it is somewhat overwhelming. It can feel a little intense, a little too loud, and a little too bright. In fact, I found that when I'm in the city and I'm looking at my phone, I don't have to turn the brightness all the way down. But when I'm up here and I'm looking at the phone at night, I need it to go down to the lowest setting. Otherwise, it's like too much. But the city has tons of ambient light. So as a result, it doesn't need to be as dark. Because of this, like I go to sleep so early in the evening. I mean, now I'm going to sleep between like 9:30 and 10 usually. When I'm down in the city, I'm up because of the light. I guess that's the thing is I become like so influenced by the natural light of things. Something that I never felt in the city because it was always just light. And as a result, I never really thought about it. You're going to have to make that adjustment. And I'm sure it's going to be a little difficult for a little while, but you'll get used to it. We're amazing creatures that we acclimate to things, light, temperature, environments pretty easily. I think that's how we have been a successful species. We'll see how much longer we last. But in terms of the work, yeah, I mean, what are you going to make, right? Are you going to be on the street? I know you like street photography. Get out there. I guess you have more opportunity. That's the thing with the city. Up here, you kind of got to make your opportunity happen or be okay with just not having opportunity. That is the thing with the city is that there's just like so much. I was thinking about this lately because I made a whole website for my archive. Have you seen this? archive.noahclina.com. I vibe coded this site, which basically shows 20 years, maybe 21 years of my archive, going back to 2005. Mostly because I tried to go a little earlier than that, and the photos like really weren't good. Like, so I was 25 years old. I don't think I really became like a decent photographer until I was about 34, which is kind of crazy to think because there's a lot of people who are doing it much earlier now, I think, just from what I've observed. Like like I was okay and I had some hits early, especially every day, which like sort of messed up my whole life and career trajectory. Thinking about the archive, I'm going through literally every shoot that I've ever done in my life and kind of seeing that I wasn't that good. I was lucky. I'm still okay. I think what's interesting about photography is we can hide how shitty we are in an edit. Like if you saw all the photos that I've taken that I don't show, you'd be like, this guy kind of sucks. Maybe that is everyone. And it probably is everyone because photography just is hard. To make a photo that is kind of good is hard. So it's a numbers game, which is in some ways why I like digital. And also, I think why digital made me a better photographer because I was able to make more, shoot more, figure it out in volume. It's like a volume game. Kind of getting away from your question, Stuart, a little bit, but it just got me thinking about how environment really influences the work. I've noticed, and this has happened over the past 5 years. I've been up here almost 15 years, but over the past 5 years, because I've been traveling less, a lot of factors involved in this, but mostly the pandemic is that line, along with me turning 40 that year. So there's a lot of things. Everyone is different. Everyone's life trajectory is going to take them in different ways. So it's hard for me to even know what it is that made me the way that I am and what I do work right now, except for the fact that we tend to gravitate towards the things we like, usually, right? Like, what do you want to shoot? What is the most interesting? What makes you the most comfortable? So when you have all those things checked off after trying all the things, you find that thing, that groove. And then you work that groove, and then sometimes that groove goes off, and then you try something new, and it's that change of environment will be amazing, actually. So your whole catalog will change, the work will change. And at first it'll feel awkward, but then you'll find that pattern, that rhythm, that thing that's working, that thing you keep going after. And it could be the best thing that ever happens to you. Could also be the worst. That's it for today. Thank you so much to everyone watching. It means a lot when you hang out with me this much time. If you're still here, whoa, amazing. Come check out the Patreon, patreon.com/The Hotlines Show. Come over there. It's a good time. The end of the world is upon us. Don't go too hard on yourself. Pictures might not mean all that much right now, but they will to someone in the future when they come and discover us. Trying to piece together what happened. They'll be like, well, this person doesn't have any answers, and then they toss it in the garbage. We'll see you soon. Next week. Maybe.